Mike, Mark Berman from Fox Houston. So was this about adjustments?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, we went from the wide open California offense to triple threat. I mean, we changed everything up. No, we did exactly what we did. We played harder. We got into them, and they felt us physically, and we didn't quite have that same intensity in the first game. Well, our guys are great, and they learned from it, snapped back, and did the job.
Mike, Brian Smith, Houston Chronicle. Chris Paul said yesterday that you're so great in transition and offense, but that's all set up by defense. How much did the defensive impact tonight for 4 quarters, especially early on, change this game and get you guys to where you wanted to be offensively?
Whole key. I think that's everything. You guys can write an article in 1 sentence. That's it. We got into people. They missed it. We were able to run. That way we get more people involved. If we have to walk it up every time, then there's a lot of ISOs, which they walked it up tonight, and they did a lot of ISOs. And that's switching causes you to do that. And they have a really good guy can do it, and we have a really good guy can do it. But we'd rather get out and run and get some threes up, which we were able to on fast, transition type shots. Excuse me.
Houston Chronicle, Mike. At what point in the season did Tucker get particularly comfortable hitting those corner threes with consistency?
You'd have to ask him. He started out, I think, the first game of the year. If I'm not mistaken, the first game of the year, he maybe, I don't know, at Golden State, he hit a lot of threes. Then he went through a period where he was missing them and starting to question things. And I don't think anybody on the team, coaching staff definitely didn't question him. And the guy's a warrior. And, if he misses all of them, and I told him at a certain point, he can affect the game so many ways. You make them. What are you going to take 5 and miss 5 and we take 100 shots? Who cares? So don't even worry about it. But he's not hesitating, but he finds a way to affect the game.
Mike, Kim Davis from Chalk Talk. Can you talk about the balanced scoring, the way you guys were able to move the ball around and get everybody involved, and just what Clint did to help you in things we couldn't see in the box score?
Yeah, well, Clint is always huge just because we have that presence at the rim. But our whole key was getting stops, running. We played them with a lot more force on defense. We played with a lot more force on offense. And we didn't just wait on them. We drove them and passed it and drove it and passed it. And by doing that, which is what we want to do every day, it doesn't work all the time, but we're able to control the game. But we did it from the defensive end first, and we know that. They know it. We just got to keep repeating it.
Jonathan Fagan, Houston Chronicle. Mike, after 2 days of all the talk about playing style and all the other stuff you labeled as noise,
I didn't know.
How much,
was there any talk? I didn't hear anything.
I heard you. How much did it end up just being about belief in who you guys are and what you've done this year?
And, and again, I don't want to be snarky, and I don't want to be old, and I got to be old, but I don't want to be cantankerous. It's just that, first of all, you're not going to you have one of the best offenses probably at all times, at least with Golden State, and they're one of the best all-time teams. We're trying to prove we're up there with them. You're not going to come in and change the way you play, and that's the way we played all year. Sometimes we get bogged down, but usually because we can't get out in transition, can't get that force, and then the ball seems like all we do is keep it. But again, we are who we are, and we had to be who we are. We just did it better, longer. Guys believe it, and we're not going to change anything up. That would be silly on my part to panic. I mean, you don't do that. We're very comfortable about who we are, and we can beat anybody, anywhere, at any time, playing the way we play. Now, some people might not like it. Hey, sorry. It might not look good to some people, but it's effective, it's efficient, and it's it's one good thing about Golden State is that Steve Kerr does a great job. He plays exactly the way that team has to play. He took his talent, figured it out, and they are very efficient, one of the best teams ever. We, as a coaching staff, try to do the same thing. You take what you have, you figure out what you can do, maximize each one of our players, try to get them career years, and we try to maximize what they do. This is the best way that this team, I think, and I could be mistaken, but obviously I believe in it, that we play. And we're going to play that and then live with the results.
Mike, Christy Reekin from the Associated Press. You talked about how you're going to have to live with Kevin Durant's points, but if y'all did the other little things.
I wish he'd have a bad game every once in a while. I mean, I can live with it, but my gosh, he's unbelievable. He was incredible tonight.
I was going to say, you were talking about all the little things y'all didn't do right in the first game. How did you feel about all those little things tonight?
All the little things we did. Kevin is a beast of its own. He's just, one thing our ISOs look a little tough because it takes us 10 seconds to get what we want, a three or layup or foul shots. It takes him about 1 second. He's just going to shoot over people. So he was incredible. But at the same time, if we do everything else, last game we didn't get matched up right. We gave too many wide open threes. We had too many turnovers. Just so many things that contribute to the loss, and not what everybody was talking about. That had nothing to do with the loss. And we just talked about it. I trust my guys 100%, just playing with more force and understanding what we're doing, and they came out and did it perfectly.
Bode Oguntuyi, Kwesi Sports. We've seen Clint Capella do the double-doubles in this season. Today, just 8 points, 10 rebounds, and he was awesome in defense. Was that something that you worked out for him because you needed to get more stops, or is this something that just happened?
Well, Clint gives us the ability to be able to switch. I mean, he's so important to what we do. He's a great basketball player, first of all, in the sense that he can guard the perimeters, he can guard the bigs, he can get us the vertical spacing, he runs the floor. We ask a lot from Clint, and he's one of the reasons that we were able to make the jump last year and make another jump this year because of his improvement. He's improved unbelievable as a player. His mentality, his demeanor, he'll get better even. So he's invaluable to us. He's, no one should overlook him. He's a good player.
The Athletic. Durant obviously had another big scoring night, but 0 assists, and I think he might have 0 in game 1. Is that something of a coaching strategy? Obviously, you don't want him to go score like crazy, but to make sure that defending him doesn't open other things for other players?
Well, it's the way that we decide we need to play, and we're going to put our best defender on him and try just to make it hard. Hopefully you don't put him at the foul line very much and you don't let him get assists. He's going to get some points. He's that good, and if you run people at him, then he's going to get those points anyway. I don't know if anybody's ever shut him out. So he's going to get them anyway, and then when you put Clay and Curry and all those guys start getting off because he picks out people, we want to avoid that as much as we can.
Mike, Mark Schwartz from ESPN. Chris has never reached this round before, and in the third quarter, the fabled quarter where the Warriors always go crazy, and I'm sure you told your guys that.
Well, no, I think everybody knows that. Yeah, it's not a secret.
It looked like Chris
Our great scouting department got that one.
It looked like Chris really willed the team in that quarter. Can you talk about what he did there, what it means to him to be here, and how he got his childhood friend so involved in this game plan tonight? PJ.
Oh, I didn't know that relationship, but that's what makes Chris great. I mean, he does, and it's a will. It's whether it's the third quarter, whether it's getting to play hard. I mean, every suggestion, and I've heard, oh, he's tough, on players. No, he's not tough on players. He's coming from a good place. If you got a problem with Chris, then you really got to look in the mirror and say, because he's not saying give me the ball or let me do it, or I need to shoot more, I need my touches, or I need more minutes. He's just all about winning. And if you can't handle that, then you know what? You need to look at yourself in the mirror real hard and go, if he's coming from a good, but no, he's not always right. I'm not always right. No one's always right. But his heart is right. And then you can handle it. So he's great. He deserves everything that he's going to get when he retires. And we need to help him out as much as we can and get him and everybody to where they need to get.